So everything good?
Oh
Everything
yeah,
good?
yep, everything is good. Yep,
Yeah.
but
So yeah,
but
I heard the situation of Don. I heard the news, not the news. I saw videos and stuff like the Donald Trump situation. His supporters were in what's the name? What's the place of the name? I don't remember the name. I think it's
yeah, yeah. His supporters came up there to the Capitol building, and they wanted
Capitol
to
building. Yeah.
they wanted to incite fear and try to overturn the election results. Joe Biden. I think that was pretty very dangerous, very very damaging to the country as a whole because a lot of people want the country to come together, but then you have them trying to incite their own fear and do what they want. But the situation is deeper than what I think a lot of people see on the media. But just to keep it
Okay.
simple, yeah, it was crazy. It is something. They do not want Joe Biden in, and I understand. I can see why they don't want Joe Biden in. There's a lot of reasons why they wouldn't see Joe Biden in, but I think for Joe Biden's sake, he's the symbol of trying to bring things together. Now, is he going to do that? I don't know. I don't think so, but because the country is just the way it is right now. But yeah, Donald Trump, yeah, he, yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy situation. Yeah.
So you voted for Donald Trump or Joe Biden? You
Oh,
voted for whom? Whom
I
did you
don't.
voted for?
I'm not. I'm not. I don't want either. Really, I don't want either one of them, man. Both of them are terrible. Both of them are terrible. So a lot of people they want to.
Kanye West. Then
Yeah.
Kanye West.
Oh man, if Kanye West, that would have been
Kanye
interesting.
West.
That would have been interesting if Kanye West won. I mean,
Kanye West. Yeah.
I don't think the country would they definitely wouldn't like it. Me personally, I really wouldn't want any one of them, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Kanye West, because I don't think neither all three of them will be bad for the country. A lot of people when they try to pick between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, they tend to choose Joe Biden because they think Joe Biden's really going to change. Joe Biden had 47 to 48 years as a career politician, and he hasn't really done anything of any substance. So I don't really think anything's really going to change in 4 years. A lot of people hope,
He got
and
no experience. He got no experience in politics, I think.
yeah, yeah, and that's the interesting part because he has a lot of experience, but then that's also the danger on it as well because with him having all that experience, like where's the results of him doing some really good things? He's done some really damaging things or in his career. So but I think going out to other countries, like being presentable and the career quote unquote politician, yeah, that would work favor. And Donald Trump, he he's the laughing stock of the whole entire world. So I know I
Yeah.
see why they don't want him in. The powers that be don't want him in. But for Joe Biden,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I think on a national level, on a global level, he's gonna look like a politician, but I think he's gonna do a lot of damage to average citizens. But that's just my way of pointing it. But I'm not for either one of them. I really don't like any one of them. But a lot of people get mad when I say it, but I don't really care for any
Yeah.
one of them. Not at all.
So, bro, this conversation, this interview thing, can we make it like for like real life talk or like um, we can mix hip hop things too and
Yeah,
political things too and all the real life. Is it okay to you to
yeah,
talk about anything?
yeah. We can do that. I'm definitely down for that, man. I'm definitely down. Yep.
Okay. So I heard Kanye West's news recently in past couple of days, like an article in my home, like not a local, a national, yeah, a national newspaper came, and
Mm,
in the newspaper, a article about Kanye West was there, and I read it. It says that like Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are thinking to divorce each other,
yeah.
and if that And if that happen, Kardashian's third divorce it will be, I think. No, third, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard. I
Oh,
heard about.
is it true? Is it true?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say true just yet. And it's been a lot of rumors about it. I definitely think there is something really going on between the both of them because, especially with Kanye West running for president, I don't think Kim Kardashian really wanted him to run for president. So I think that has to do with a lot of intentions with everything going on. Um, yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
really something going on
Yeah.
right there. But if Kanye was for smart, he wouldn't. He should have never been with Kim Kardashian because she was, yeah. I'm not even gonna go on there, but he should have.
I
That should have been a no go. But I
I
guess,
got it. I get. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
yeah, that's not the female. I don't think he should have been with. But he got the money. He got all this. If that's what he wanted to do, I mean, that's more power to him. But for me, nah, no. But
Whole
I'll just look.
Kardashian family. What's your opinion? What's your opinion about whole Kardashian family? What you say about them? What
A
you
lot
can say? Is
of
it like you are from their country? I think. Yeah, you are from their country and you know about them. Like you got the rumors and all that stuff. So, what's your opinion about them?
yeah, the Kim Kardashians, they're famous. A lot of them are famous just from being just on off name recognition. That name Kardashian is a big name. But
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
lot of things to unpack with the Kardashians. I don't like to make people like that. I don't like to see people like that famous because it's not really a good representation. Not to say that well, some I don't really think some of them really earned that right to be that famous, but that's just me personally.
yeah.
They do a lot of things, a lot of shady things, and I don't really respect it. That's just me. But I guess going out to the world, they kind of we're the quote
Yeah.
unquote this is the fashion, this is this and that. But I don't me personally I don't really care for them like that. Yeah, no,
They are selling just fake shirts. I think. Yeah, they are selling the fake shirts and they are getting richer and richer and richer.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's been a lot of controversy with them, with like Kylie. Then they got all that stuff mixing. It's a lot of nonsense, a lot of nonsense.
Yeah,
But then they promote it out to the
yeah,
world, and then it's just like no,
yeah.
no, not at all. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the conversation. So, what? Uh, like in here, I read that news in my country, in India. Okay, so
Yeah.
did you read newspapers or you watch news, like a lot news or little bit of news? You watch?
Well, for me, I don't really read newspapers like that. Most of the stuff, like I read like news articles and online. I do a lot of online news articles. I do a lot of independent media because the media here, and this is what I noticed because back in a little story about this was in 2017. And so I was in Singapore and Malaysia in 2017. The way they reported to news was over there was very different than the way they reported to news over here. The mainstream news, Donald Trump calls it the fake news. He's
Yeah,
he's like, oh, it's the fake news. To a degree, yes, a lot of it is not. I wouldn't say so much like fake news in a sense, but I understand where he's coming from because a lot of it's contrived, a lot of it's just, it's a lot of nonsense. A lot of people have a lot of distrust on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and it's so polarizing. You got the conservatives, the ones who like Trump, or the Fox News. Then you got the CNN, the MSNBC, the ones who like Joe Biden. So it's a lot of I'm on this side and that side, but I like to watch listen to a lot of independent media, and I like to I like to watch media that's pertaining to Black Americans. Not to say I don't just I don't like anybody else, but I like to hear it from my own kind of perspective because when other groups have the spin on the news, they twist it and to make it seem like other things are going on. So yeah, it's very important. I watch a lot of
Yeah,
independent news and a lot of research, and stuff like that. And I even
you
listen
got
to,
your sources.
yeah, I listen to a lot of news like outside the United States because they might
Yeah.
say certain things here, and then outside the world they're like, oh, it's completely different, you know. So it's just that.
So, uh, yeah, I wanted to ask you this thing, like you are watching TV and suddenly a news channel came. And did you ever saw India's news on your TV new or TV channel on news channel? Did you saw Indian news or something? Like in my country,
Mm,
Donald Trump's news or like every country's news is surfing a lot. Like they play the videos and all the stuff a lot.
yeah.
So in there, like is it common to saw Indian news in their news channels?
So for over here, it's mainly between like CNN, unless like CNN like posted stuff like that or Fox. It's a lot of filtering. You know,
Okay.
we don't really see a lot of news outside of the United States. Well, for me personally, for if I was gonna watch a lot of mainstream news, but a lot of things I watch. I read a lot of articles online, and if there's something that's like an article or something that comes up from India, then I'll look at it and post it on my Facebook or something. Like it was the one having to deal with like the
Okay.
vaccines and stuff like that. I like to see everything from all over the world because over here it's very biased. It's it's in a certain agenda going on with that. But yeah, I don't they don't really post a lot of news unless it's they're talking about world news, and then we have to watch like a different program or something. But for the most part, it's just America, and then we might hear about UK, all, like the European, like the Western countries. But unless they're talking about the Middle East, because the United States loves go to the Middle East, and I'm like, you gotta get, we should probably get out the Middle East in some time because it's just a waste of time over there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
In here, like if a little bit of thing is happening in your country, our Indian media, they be like they are going to tell us this whole story, what happened there, and who did that thing, and this and that. So in here, Indian media, they cover all the countries and they just show us the news and all this stuff. What is happening in your country, or it's a big thing or not a big thing, like this kind of things.
yeah. I got a question to ask you though.
So
So what do you think about Kamala
yeah,
Harris?
speak.
Hmm?
What?
Oh,
Kam,
yeah, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, Kamala
Yeah,
Harris, Kamala Harris.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. She's from India. She's from Indian. She's Indian, and I think she is going to not. Yeah, she is going to take care of Joab. Joab. What's his surname? I don't pronunciate it very well. Joe
Oh, it's
Biden.
yeah, Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Joe Biden, yeah.
yeah.
So I think she can handle him. She can, like, I don't know much about their politics and here politics too. I'm not kind of that guy. I just know the like the basic thing or the main thing. So like Kamala Harris, she's Indian, and I think if the right power or right like what can I say, like Joe Biden
Mm,
asks any advice with Kamala Harris, she can give the proper advice in my opinion because she's Indian and
yeah,
I don't know much about her, but I watched in news like she's very good at her thing. She's very good at politics too. So I think she can handle her responsibilities, which is going to be given by the government to her.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that, and mostly in my opinion, the
Mm,
realest thing I can say, like if you ask about Kamala Harris to any Indian local person, they
mm-hmm.
also are like me. They also are like they don't know much about her. They be like
Mm,
she's kind of NRI. We can say I don't know she's NRI or not, but yeah, she doesn't live in India. She's from India, but she's not living in here right now. And
mm,
when the time she lives here and she do something like political or something, then the person of her era can know much about her. But
Mm,
for me or for another local person or the youth, I
yeah.
don't know. I think they also don't know much about her. Like
Mm,
they can know stuff, but not as much as you or like you or the or any other US local person,
yeah.
residential person.
Yeah. 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 You're
What do you think of her? What do you think of her?
For me, Kamala Harris, she comes off in a way where it's more so she'll when it's time to be because so she's her mother's side's from East India, from India, and her
Yeah,
dad's
yeah.
side from Jamaica. So it's weird, very weird. She's the way the media posts promotes her over here is she says she's a Black American, which I was like, she is not Black American. She is, from India and Jamaica.
Indian. Yeah, she's Indian. Yeah, she's Indian. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they promote her just like, oh, she's like from where like where I'm at, and I was like, no, she is not. And when you say that, people get a lot of mad. They're like, no, she's a Black American. I'm like, no, she's not. No, she's not. But the way they promote her as she's like, oh, she's gonna be your vice president. I'm like, she might do some good things, but I think her record is very damaging. It's a lot of things that she done when she was a prosecutor in California. I don't think she made any recompense for it. So I just think that she has to reconcile with that. And if she really wants to be known for really good things, but the way they promote her is very different. They're trying to really galvanize her to be Black American, but I'm like her. She has Indian ties, and a lot of people get mad when I say that. But I was like,
She
yo,
got
like
an
you,
Indian name. She got an Indian name.
yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, and and it's interesting that you brought it up because a lot of people over here, especially Black Americans, if you say something against Kamala Harris, which I'm not even saying nothing really against her, it's just trying to figure out where does she come from, and a lot of people really get mad and upset about it. But I'm like, I'm just trying to fit the pieces together because she has a very strange relationship with her dad. Her dad doesn't really like her like that, which a lot of people they don't want you to bring that up either. The news media will not talk about it. They will not talk about her Indian side over here. They
Yeah.
will talk about her. She's Black American. I'm like, no, she's not. I mean, she went to a HBCU, historically black.
The
Uh,
sympathy thing. They are telling you about the sympathy thing. Like she's a Black American,
yeah,
so vote for her, and like she is going to handle and all of that stuff. And they are trying to make her good.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, man. And it is weird because I'm like, because I want to know more about her, her Indian side because that's very interesting. I want to know more about that, but the media doesn't want to talk about it, and if they do, it's in a sense like, oh yeah, that's just where she comes from, that's just her lineage, but she's Black American. I'm like, no, she's not. No,
I
she's
can tell you one thing.
technically, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. Like, if she lived in India for a long time, I don't know she lived in here or not. She lived in here or not. She born in US, I think, or she born in India. She born in US, I think so.
So she was here in the United States, but then she moved to Canada, and it's just a lot of a lot of different things about it. She's like,
So
oh, she was here in
yeah, that's the thing. If she lived in India for a long time, she understands the problems and all the political stuff she can gain from here. Then she can do a lot of good things in US.
Hmm,
That's the problem. She lived in there in your country, and I don't think so. She got a lot of knowledge of this kind of thing.
yeah,
I'm recent past in past I said like she can handle all the stuff because she is Indian. So it's kind of my perspective to handle my Indian side from
Yeah,
her side to like show her good side to you.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm an Indian. If I put this conversation to YouTube, and anyone, any person, any local person will like they can offend. Like you are Indian and you are not supporting to an Indian politician which is in USA.
Yeah.
That's that is the thing. But yeah, it's all good. No problem with that kind of stuff too. We are just talking about this thing, nothing personal. We are just sharing our opinions. So
Yeah.
my point of view is like that. If she lived in here in India for a long time and she understands the situation in here, and then she came back to your US, to your country, and
Mm-hmm.
then she can do a lot of good works
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
compared to now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Most
Because
definitely.
yeah, because in here the situation changed her, the situation and the work she learned from here, the education and everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Most definitely, man, and most definitely,
Yeah,
and a lot of people when they think of me like criticizing Kamala Harris, I'm not so much criticizing where she comes from. It's just I actually respect that she's from India, and I respect that she's from Jamaica. Like that's cool with me. It's the
yeah,
way media promotes her and puts her out to Black Americans to say she's one of us. Which I was like, her record as a prosecutor was not for us at all, for Black Americans. But the way the media promotes it, I'm more
yeah,
mad at the media because I'm cool. I'm cool. I
yeah,
have
yeah.
you're my one of my friends, and I'm cool with that. Indian and Jamaican. I'm all cool for that because that's what I wanted to really understand and get more
But the
knowledge of.
work, yeah, but the main thing is work. What you are doing, the
Mm-hmm.
work. It is the most important thing. And every like in everything, in politician, in your career, in your life, in
Mm-hmm.
everything. What you do, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter where you came from. What you do, it matters.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm all cool for it. I'm not mad at that. Like I actually respect that. I really do. So I think that's really interesting because I don't think someone on her level made it that far. This is the first time a woman uh, made it to vice president, and that's the first time East Indian and Jamaican women made it to be a vice president of the United States. So that's very that's one of the things I really
yeah,
commend the symbolic. I commend that, but I just think when it comes to the media, because I'm more so mad at the media, because the media like they are promoting her like she is this, and I was like, like she's nah, but I'm like, if we look at her record, because I'm more so looking at her record and what she done in California, wasn't good. It wasn't it wasn't good for Black Americans. So when now she's vice president and they'll use her to promote her to get votes. Oh, I'm one of y'all, I can get some votes for y'all, but when it comes to writing policies and trying to fix the conditions, now she's like, nah, I don't want to, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, But yeah, but I
and
respect the Indian lineage and the Jamaican lineage. That's cool. It's just I'm more so mad at the media. The media is the fault at this one though, because they're doing
yeah, yeah.
all types of different funny things. I'm like, nah, that's not. They don't even want you to talk about her prosecuting record, like her record. They don't want you to talk about that. They don't want you to talk about her dad's relationship.
They are
They,
just showing her good side. Yeah, they are just showing us the good side.
yeah, 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 and
In India, our media also does the same thing. Like
mm,
they also shows her like the good thing, the good deeds she did in her
mm,
life career, in the political career. Like
yeah,
the Indian media show us like, and like she Indian a woman from India is now vice president in USA.
mm,
They televised this thing, and we people like she's an Indian. It's a very big thing for us.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's
I
I
think
think
yeah,
that's
it was making.
yeah. Yeah, that's very it's very interesting. Very, very interesting, and I think that's really it's really something to celebrate, for for Indians. I think that's really a good thing to really celebrate. I just think the media is
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna do a lot of things to really they do a lot of funny things. Like for example, Joe Biden, his record, because they'll make him
yeah,
seem what they'll do with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And again, I'm not for either one of them because they're both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are both terrible. But we all know Donald Trump is terrible. So what they'll do is say, well, Joe Biden is the least terrible guy, so he's somehow better. Which I'm like, he's actually 10 times worse than Donald Trump could ever be. Donald Trump he was never a career politician. Joe Biden, he's done a lot of bad things. The 86 crack laws, the 1994 crime bill. He done a lot of things to specifically harm the black American community. Because if we remember back in the 1990s with the whole drug epidemic, or the 80s and the 90s drug epidemics, he done a lot of terrible things, and now he wants to be, oh, I'm changed and this and that. And Joe Biden in his past was working with segregationists, racists. So now I'm just like, but it's the way they do it, and I tell people I don't criticize who people believe in or vote for. Um, but I do think now Joe Biden, um, but yeah, I I think Joe Biden is very, very, very dangerous, though. Very, very dangerous. Um, but we shall see in the next 4 years. If what I'm saying is correct.
can't see you.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see
Yeah,
me.
now I get you. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
yeah,
But I think so far Joe Biden now, I think he's very sly, he's very cunning, and I'm not for Joe Biden and I'm not for Donald Trump because they're just both of them are really bad. If anything, if Donald Trump learned his rhetoric and his policies that he's done in his 4 years, he probably would learn it from Joe Biden in the past because Joe Biden done a lot of bad things, and now he's want to be like, oh, I'm all good
yeah.
and all this, but yeah, but I don't know. It's very interesting. I'm more so I think them, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as individuals. I don't know what they do in their personal lives. I really don't know, but I do think when they promote themselves, they have a lot of hidden agendas. But we shall see in the next 4 years. Hopefully, I don't think the MAGA crowd, the Donald Trump crowd, I don't think they're going away anywhere. I think they're still going to be here around in the public. So, but we shall see. Hopefully things get better. But I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful. But mm,
Yeah.
some of the things Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did,
So
uh,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that
So
that
I think I saw an yeah. Yeah, I meme. I saw a meme. I saw this meme a lot of times.
yeah.
Like the meme goes like Lil Pump is somehow connected with Donald Trump. Like he got in connection with the politics. He's
Mm,
connected with Donald Trump. So you know about these things,
yeah, yeah.
like connecting hip hop to like this politician thing, politics, connecting
Mm.
hip hop to politics. How?
Um, when it comes to hip hop and the politics, like from the conversation we had last time, it deals with corporations. Corporations are the ones really promoting certain artists to be the spokespersons, for politics. A lot of the hip hop artists we see now are really stumping, and therefore Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, which I'm like, they don't like what I talk about because I speak a lot of facts. I speak a lot of facts, and they
Yeah,
don't really
yeah.
they don't really like that. But the corporations now, as we see, they got rid of Donald Trump on Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. They banned him and stuff like that. So now it's more so we have
Yeah.
corporations. controlling our presidency. Corporations are now more powerful.
Yeah.
But in regards to politics, they hip hop and politics, they really see a lot of people. Like I like KRS-One because KRS-One speaks a lot of truth, um, and he speaks a lot of truth. Guys like Chuck D, from Public Enemy, speak a lot of truth. Dead Prez speaks a lot of truth. Mortal Technique, um, but a lot of mainstream hip hop artists, they vote. They're for the Democratic Party. I'm not for the Democratic Party, and I'm not for the Republican Party. I'm more so an independent. I'm more so this is what I I don't want to fall in line. It's like Bloods and the Crips, but I don't like I don't like to use that comparison, but it's really like whose side are you on? You on this side or you on this side? And I'm like I'm on neither side. I don't want to be on neither one of them. But but yeah, it's a lot of corporations. They
Same situation goes in here.
yeah, yeah. I'm like I'm not falling between any one
We
of them.
don't we don't have any choice. We don't have any choice. In reality, we don't have any choice.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
We
man,
just need to choose which bad or very bad. We just need to choose one, bad or very bad.
wow. That's man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's and it speaks volumes. It really does because at least over here in the United States, you have a choice. You always have a choice here in the United States. And I tell people, no matter which side, which one you want to choose, or you can vote a Green Party, a Libertarian Party. You can do whatever you feel like you need to do. But it's just it speaks volumes, and I think for where we need to be, I don't really think Republicans or Democrats are really going to do anything of really any change because it's more of a hidden agenda at
Yeah.
play. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Mm.
sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, but yeah, politics.
Yeah, and the same situation goes in here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in there, the media, the like United States of America, the media is controlled by the government. You think?
Oh yeah, yeah. The mainstream media like Fox News, CNN News, MSNBC, NBC is really controlled by the government. It's supposed to be the fourth branch of the government. That's the media apparatus. A lot more people now have fallen away from the mainstream media and have done a lot of independent media, which I think is revolutionary because it speaks. It's kind of like how the hip hop game is. A lot of mainstream artists, they're the main ones, but we know how the mainstream artists are. It's not the true representation of hip hop because you got a lot of underground hip hop
Yeah, yeah,
artists.
we know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's how more so like the media is over here. That's why I fall into a lot of independent media, who's a lot more facts and a lot more facts fact driven. A lot of mainstream, depending on what side you want to choose, either Democrat or Republican. For the mainstream side, you just choose the
Mm,
media that speaks what you
mm,
believe in, which is very damaging because it gives you half of the truth, or
yeah.
at least three, 1/3 of the truth, which is very, very dangerous. Yeah.
Dangerous. Yeah, yeah. You're true. You're true. Same
Yeah.
goes in here. Same goes in here. Some
Yeah.
news channels were good, but the mainstream news channels were like they are also supporting the government. They were
Mm,
like they are showing all the good deeds they are doing in here, and they all are good. Like they are showing us like these things are going to happen very excellent for us.
mm-hmm.
Government
Yeah.
media
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. 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 It is. It's crazy, man. It
yeah,
really is.
they show it's happening on good, going to take care of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. I think you froze a little bit, bro.
That's the thing. Hear me or watch me? Cause your video is paused. Yeah,
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
we are good. Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're good. Yep. 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 Now we're good.
So yeah, I wanted to ask you this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the military, you served in military, so it's kind of a government job.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a government job.
So
Uh,
the local person, the local person of United States of America is what they like most, the government jobs or the private sectors. What's your opinion on this
uh,
in USA?
for me, I think it depends on the individual. Oh, I think he might have fell off. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, all good.
Okay.
No problem, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I think it. I think it depends on the individual. Um, I think the government jobs have more to offer. You get more health benefits and stuff like that. You get better. Of course, you get a. It depends on what you wanna do for the government. Um, but then if you are in the private sector, it can be beneficial as well. But I think it really depends on the individual. A lot of people I think aspire to be in the government and do government positions because you're pretty much set in stone. But I think it really depends on the individual though. Yeah, for
In
me,
India,
yeah,
like in India, 99% of the youth wants a government job.
yeah.
99% of the youth.
Mm.
So this situation goes in USA too or not? The situation is different.
You know, I would say it's different. I think some people want a government job, but then now we're seeing a lot of people become business owners. I think a lot more younger people are trying to be more entrepreneurs, doing more types of business things. A lot more, really just a lot of kids, they go to college just to get a regular job. Some do want to do for government jobs, but I think it really depends. It really depends, um, and then especially what you want to major in or what your skills are, because if you want to do like AC, heating and cooling, HVAC stuff, or if you want to do plumbing, you might be better off doing that, depending on if you want to be your own boss, your own employee, you might be better off doing that than sometimes actually getting a college degree. Not to say that college degrees
Yeah.
aren't valuable, which the college degrees are valuable to a degree. Ha. But I just think it really depends. It For me, I would say if you get a government job, you got to be very careful in what you say on social media. Definitely, you got to make sure you don't want to say something on social media that can potentially, harm you or disqualify you from the job. But yeah, a lot of people, some people want a government job, but I think now is to be an entrepreneur and to push to do things for yourself. I think that's more so the push, especially with COVID, because a lot more people now, um, some people, a lot of jobs were laying off. Some of the government jobs were there, laid people off at the beginning of COVID. Um, but now it's just, I think now things are starting to seemingly come back together. But yeah, but it really depends. For a long answer. Yeah, yeah,
It's a very it's a very great question for us
yeah.
because we are fond of government jobs. We like if you got a government job, you succeeded in life. People saw each other like this. Like if you got a government job, you are succeeded in your life.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
because in here, yeah, government provides a lot of things to you,
Hmm.
and they take care of everything in your life. The
Oh,
money, the not in some cases the house too. Like you got a police officer job,
okay.
you got a house from government.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty amazing.
Like
That's pretty cool. That's
yeah,
really yeah. Like for me, like when I was talking to a couple of people, I was talking to a couple of my friends. They a lot of them, some of them they're like, some of them don't want a government job. Some people I think some people do want a government job because there's, like you said, like over here, same thing as over here as well. You get a lot of benefits. You get you get all types of like retirement benefits and things like that. Um, but yeah, it just it depends. It really depends. Like it really depends. So, but yeah.
Like in here, if you got a government job,
Hmm.
then you can in India it's hard to marriage for boys because of the population and the girl boy ratio too. So
Yeah.
if you got a government job, then no worries, you can easily marry to a girl with a good girl, with a good looking girl, and she's educated too, and
Yeah.
you got everything if you got a government job. And if you
Yeah.
are in a private sector and your like salary is low, then it is very hard to find a groom for a life partner for you, for yourself,
Oh yeah. Oh
not a
yeah.
groom, sorry,
Yeah.
a bride.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, you're
It's
absolutely
kind of
right.
hard to deal with this kind of things. Then, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You know, and a lot of people over here, they aspire to do the same thing, get a get a really nice paying job, you know, to get a nice woman, you know, and just keep, you know, have a nice family.
fantasy. We all
Yeah.
got the same fantasies.
A lot of people like that. Um, it's I think now in 20, like between 2020 and 2021, it was especially over here in America, because everything I'm not sure how it is over there in India, but everything before COVID, it was fast paced, like going like this, like all day. And then when COVID happened, it just slowed everything down. You know, people got a moment of clarity. A lot of people actually some people got divorces, they got all types of stuff because now they can't do so many things as they were doing before COVID. But now, you know, I think the longer COVID goes, I think it's gonna get worse on some people. But you know, but it depends. Like for me, like I'm just keeping it cool. I'm just chilling. I'm just trying to maneuver around certain things that's going on over here in the United States, and just to keep building, because especially like uh over here. So I live in a state called Virginia over here, and that's about like
Yeah,
three,
I know. Yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah, 3 to 4 hours, really depends on how fast you drive. If you go to, you can be at DC, but I think about 3 to 4 hours or so. But yeah, Virginia is very different than quote unquote like California. California is very different than Alaska. Alaska is very different. You know, it has a lot of different things, but you know, and then over here by the states,
In India,
yeah,
it's opposite. Not so opposite, but yeah, it's kind of common or like normal. Like in my area and in the other area, the main difference is about the development and nothing else. The people are going to be still the same. They are going to speak the language same, not the language, but they are going to behave same. No difference at all. Like
yeah,
you will like it's in India. All over it is India. No Madhya Pradesh, no Goa or no Maharashtra. Like it feels like the same. In
yeah,
some areas, in some like states, it is going to feel different. Like in Delhi, in Maharashtra too, and like in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and one more state I got Jharkhand, I think. In Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, these kind of states we feel same, no difference at all. Like we are living our life, like we are living same, we all are living our life same,
yeah. Oh, oh,
we don't feel the difference like
yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
but in here kind of same thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just it kind of froze up a little bit on me. Yeah, yeah. You're yeah, you're froze a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. I'm good. Okay.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, it's starting to come back now.
is it okay now?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it okay?
yeah, yeah. We're still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in here we don't feel like you tell when you go to Alaska or in LA you feel different. The places are different. But in here I don't. I not me, but most of the people we don't feel the difference or like not so difference. And
Mm-hmm.
we can feel the difference in language or like the tone, but not in like the behavior or this kind of thing. We all are same in here. Indian is same. Indian guy or a girl, we all are same. Our habits are same. Like the main difference is about our like no, we can say behavior, character, and knowledge. We can say this kind of things. But most of the times we are same, no difference at all.
Hmm. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very different. Yeah, I plan on coming over there one day.
yeah.
Like once everything starts to die down, and you
Please,
know,
please,
yeah.
you're most welcome in my home. I will myself. I'm going to pick myself to you. I'm going to
Okay.
pick you myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, most definitely, man. Like I love traveling, and I really want to see more things. A lot of things over here are very, like for Black Americans, a lot of us do not like to travel. I don't know why. Well, I understand why. Some people they feel very comfortable. They don't really want to travel in a sense. But I tell them like the first time I ever leaving outside the United States and going to Japan, I was like, yeah, I love traveling
Yeah,
because over there, like once I leave over here, I'm American, but over here is oh you're Black
yeah.
American, you're this and you're that, but outside the United States is you're American, and yeah, I really want to travel, man. I love traveling. I love it. You know, that's crazy because
Yeah,
every
you are extrovert. I'm an introvert type of guy. I don't like traveling a lot.
man, you gotta come over here to the United States. Like, I'm cool. I want, I think a lot of us are cool over here. So, you know, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, especially under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris presidency. Y'all are gonna be fine. It's gonna be cool for y'all. So, so
I got you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
man,
Yeah, so it's kind of cool in here too. If like you came in our country, people be like, oh, like in a foreigner came in our country, but now in 21, like it is cool. It's like okay, totally cool. But in some areas, like where I live, it's kind of a very amazed thing. Like people be like, oh, it's a foreigner. I want a photo with him or
oh,
her.
okay.
This kind of things happened in here. And the foreigners, like you, they liked it. You, if someone says to you, "Can I have a photo with you?" So you be like, "Yeah, it is okay to have photo. It is cool." So people like foreigners like in here. So you are also going to like in here. I will take care of that. Don't worry.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool with it, man. I'm definitely cool. Like, yeah, that would be pretty cool because
Yeah,
and it's cool because especially coming back into like hip hop because everybody pretty like outside, all around the world they understand hip hop. So it's just like
yeah,
if I rap, I do this and I do that, and so yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Mm,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
and what's your future tracks? What are you planning or planning an album or some kind of thing or what
Hmm.
are you going to drop next?
For now, yeah, I'm definitely planning on doing another album pretty soon. Because I think now is the best time to stack up as much music as I can and just release it. I'm definitely thinking about another album. I kind of have an idea where I want to go per se. But now I'm just gonna tweak on a couple things because I have a lot of instrumentals now that I think are pretty good. But now I just gotta find a certain direction and like the title and where I want to go. But yeah, for right now, yeah, I'm definitely planning on some new music. Like what I just dropped last night, it was just the beginning about like what's about to happen next. You know, so I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to have some unreleased music I haven't released yet. So I plan on dropping that pretty soon. Some stuff that I've never thought I would, I never thought I would do, but yeah, that should be coming out pretty soon too. So yeah, I'm
So
definitely,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a very good thing for to hear from you. Like you are
Mhm.
going to release some music, so it
Oh
is a very
yeah.
good thing for me. I and me, I and the people, we are going to hear the music from you, so it's a very good thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely, man, most definitely. Are you gonna drop something new too, man? Because I'm ready. I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
Firstly, I'm going to send you the video of our track. It's kind of a very long time, but
Oh,
I can't. I'm kind of depressed these days, and I'm kind of sad these days. I'm not working on my things like on my own tracks. I'm not working as much as like I worked late. I in the past couple days. I'm kind of depressed these days, and my mind is not right this time. I think so. And I got situations too in here. Like it's raining in here, so it's hard to shoot a music video or something like that. So
uh,
it's kind. The weather is not so good in here. How's the weather in there?
mm, man, man, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, and that's one of the things, man. You know, yeah, I'm just, yeah, that's crazy. I hope you feel better, man, because that I don't like to hear things like that, man. But it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay, man. It's just I think the thing that works, pretty much for me, is to think on the positives. Like you might not be able to go outside and shoot a music video, be like, because it's raining or something. Like, okay, cool. I might not be able to go outside, but I'm gonna think on something else, and I got something over here that I'm working on. You know, um, yeah, it's gonna be okay, man. If you're ever down, you can always, hit me up.
No problem.
Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're ever down, just you can just text me on Instagram or whatever or WhatsApp. Let me know what's going on because
Yeah.
especially during this time like this and seasons like this, with everything going on in the world, someone needs people need someone to talk to. I'm always willing to hear and listen to.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It is all good. But yeah, that's the same. That's the same way.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. It matters a lot.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Anytime, anytime. The thing now, since with everything going on with COVID, is to do more because everybody now is on social media. So when people now they listen to music, it's on social media. They like a 30-second, 15-second little video thing. And I put a lot of my videos on TikTok as well. You know, a lot of the younger folks are on TikTok now. So now I'm just like, oh, let me get on TikTok. Let me go on YouTube. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. So yeah, it's it's yeah, everything now is on social media, which is good. I think it's actually really good now. But yeah, it's just so many things, man. So many things now, but especially now as an independent artist. These record labels, I think COVID is really hurting a lot of these record labels. They're not willing to admit it just yet.
Mm.
Um, I mean, they still got big money, to give out to certain artists, but I think now is to be more independent because a conversation like this, they're not going to want to have something like this, like on the radio, like on the news. They don't want to hear, they don't want to hear truth because it has to be.
Yeah, we need to upload this by ourselves.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. This is going straight on.
We can't we can't like give this conversation to a record level or a radio, and they are going to put on their channel or on any platform. That is
Mhm.
not going to happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. And they don't like this. Like they like they do not like. They don't want to hear this. Like the media doesn't want to hear people being independent. But I think now is the best time for independence. But it's just a lot more work to do. Record labels, there's benefits to a record label. I'm not against people going on record labels because a lot of people they say, "Oh, I'm anti record label." No, I'm not anti record label at all. I just think it depends on the character of the person. If you want the money, the dollars stacked up to your ear, and you want the rollie and the nice cars, yeah, you can go to a record label and get that. I'm not sure it's going to be a good contract deal, but I mean, you more power, more power to you. But I think it's now ownership, control,
Yeah.
and ownership. You want to be in control, and if you do sign to a record label, make sure you're doing a good deal to where they're not taking so much of a percentage on you. Um, unless somebody wants to do that. I'm not telling people that they shouldn't do it, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I think it's more control and ownership now. Because these record labels, they purposely write these contracts to trip a lot of people up, and so you hear stories about Kanye, you hear stories about other artists with their having trouble with their contract because the language that they're using, the verbiage is very convoluted. It's you can't really decipher it all at once. But yeah, I tell people if they want to do it, more power to you. Just make sure you understand what you're doing. And believe it or not, the record labels still have a lot of power now. But I think by the year 2030, it's going to be different. It's going to be very different. Especially going into 2035, 2040. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen to record labels. I think they're probably going to reinvent themselves and do other types of new avenues and do new things. But I think independent is the way to go because, like for example, MF Doom. MF Doom,
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah.
And hearing the passing of MF Doom, a lot of people they started to go back into its back catalog of all his classic albums that he's done. So, and I think independent for me personally, it works for me. I like independent. They're not gonna want certain songs on the mainstream. If you talk about anything knowledge based, they don't want to have that. They don't want to have a conversation like that. They don't like that. But as long as you got a
They're
money
just they're
actually,
just selling. Yeah, they're just selling their stuff,
yeah,
and we are buying it.
hmm yeah, yeah, and it's for me it's pretty sad, but at the same time I understand someone might want to sign to a label. I'm not, and again, I tell them I'm not against them signing to a label. Just I want them to understand the business aspect of it because it's the music business. You do about maybe 10% music. The other 90% is doing other things. You're going over doing photos. You're doing music videos. You're doing interviews. You're doing clothing line. You're doing all types of different things. But yeah, it's a business at the end of the day. Just understand the business because if you don't handle your business, the business will handle you. You know, that's just a thought.
You are right.
Yeah,
Just
cool.
1 second. Just 1 second, bro.
Gotcha, gotcha.
1 minute.
Yeah. Mm, mhm.
Bro, can you wait 2 minutes?
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
I got this situation. My family, like all the stuff's in my room, so they will like open the door and give me our stuff. My mother will like, "Oh, just a second.
hmm Yeah, I got you.
ले जा." पूरा बिस्तर ही ले जाओ. हाँ तो ले जाइए. Sorry, bro. Sorry for that.
Oh no, no, you're good. You're good. It's all good. It's all good.
Uh, like yeah, my home, like my mother and my father, they put all their stuff, not all their stuff, like they put most of the stuff in my room. So they will like open the door and I want our stuff, and like that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
It is all good. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah,
it's all about being independent, man. I think the being independent is more way to go. It's the best way to go. A lot of people they they don't understand the music business because it's a business, you know. But we
yeah.
can run.
Record labels, yeah, they are just doing their business for the
Mm,
money. They don't give a damn about the music too, and they will just like they are just fantasizing everything, and they will like fantasy.
yeah.
Uh, youth can be fantasy these things.
Hmm.
They were like, oh, Lamborghini and
Yeah.
Rolly and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that and a lot of people they see that on the news, on on the radio, so they aspire to be like that. And again, I'm not criticizing nobody, but I don't think that's a perfect representation of where people should be going and gravitating to. Not to say that, for a perfect example, like I like Two Chains. Like I like Two Chains. A lot of people they're like, oh, you like Two Chains? I'm like, yeah, I actually like Two Chains. One, Two Chains is very educated. He is highly educated. He's actually a really good rapper. Like he's really good. The production style. I'm like I like the old school sound, but I still rock with Two Chains, and he can do both. He can really do both old school sound and the new school sound. But I think he would be the perfect representation of someone who can do a good balance of both. But yeah, someone like Two Chainz is actually pretty cool. He's very, very educated. But when it comes down to the business aspect, they're gonna promote the worst out of Two Chainz and not hear the good things that Two Chainz has been doing. He's doing a lot of really good things. But yeah, I like people like artists like Two Chainz. Um, also like who else? You know, even though she's kind of out there, like she's like this rapper, like she's really out there. I think Megan Thee Stallion is a good rapper. I'm not so much of a fan
Okay.
of the image that she's promoting out there, but I think she is a good rapper. Like she can really rap. Well, of course, not as good as like Eminem or Pharoah Monch. Of course, not like that. Like, like let's just stop playing. Like Megan Thee Stallion cannot rap like that,
Yeah.
but she can hold her own.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But again, the media and the music business is gonna promote the most, I think, the most dangerous and the bad aspects of or hip hop genre, and they're gonna mass promote it outside the United States. But from hearing from you in India, you got the balance. It's all about having a balance, and that's what I think the music industry is really lacking. They don't really have a balance of, for example, they're not going to put an MF Doom on the radio. They're not going to put they might put them on now. I'm not sure if you heard of a group called Griselda, with Conway, Benny the Butcher, and West Side Gun. Oh yeah,
No,
they're from
I
Buffalo.
don't. I don't know, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're on the come up. They're really good rappers, but they're not. Yeah, they're a different sound. Um, they're not gonna really promote that like that. Um, but they will promote, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, the baby, little baby.
Yeah,
Uh,
little baby. Yeah, little
yeah,
baby. Yeah.
and I like guys like I even liked I like Juice World when Juice World was here. Like I think Juice World was
Juice WRLD.
actually rest in peace to Juice World. Like Juice World was
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to him.
even I think that was an unfortunate event. Pop Smoke, I got on the wave of Pop Smoke after he died. Unfortunately, I heard his music, but I wasn't really on Pop Smoke like that. but I think he's very diverse, very different, and and that's just to tell people I listen to newer artists now. I listen to I listen to what's going on, but for the most part, on a daily basis, I listen to guys like that are really really underground, like jazz liberators. And I listen to a lot of jazz liberators. I listen to Marcus D, uh, Sign. I listen to a lot of really really underground. But I just
So yeah.
I have a good balance. But on my daily routine, especially like on a Sunday, I listen to a lot of good hip hop, like a lot of hip hop sounding, real old school, gritty type of sound. But yeah.
So as you tell about Lil Baby, the Baby, and Two Chains, and this kind of thing, we heard these names. Every Indian hip hop listeners heard
Yeah,
these names, and we know them. We know
yeah,
them, like their story, like Juice WRLD, like how he died, and this kind of like Triple X
yeah.
extension.
Mm-hmm.
So we know these rappers, not a lot, but yeah, we know them. Like we heard their tracks and this kind of things.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I got a question for you. Like
Mm.
I got a question. Like, you or your friends, did you ever talk about Indian rappers, Indian mainstream rappers or commercial rappers? I don't think so.
No,
I
no,
don't think so.
nah. And that's the really damaging part of being here in America. They mass promote American, hip hop artists. So for someone like that, I have to go on. I have to do my research. You know, so that's the thing. That's the unfortunate thing about it, which I think that's sad. But then is in the sense like I think that's gonna be that's why I think the internet is so important and very, very, very useful because on the radio they're gonna be like, they're not gonna want to play it on the mainstream radios over here. But that's why I do like the media. Well, I like the internet because the internet can promote
Internet, yeah.
artists. Yeah, but that's why I think it's
I
very.
can suggest you a yeah, I can suggest you an English rapper,
Mhm.
Indian English rapper. We say
Okay.
in here, like he's Indian Eminem. We say,
Oh, really?
like,
Okay.
yeah, me and my hip hop listener friends, we say he's kind of an Indian uh,
Mhm.
Eminem. His name is Brodavi. Just
Oh,
search it on YouTube whenever you can, and hear his tracks. Brodavi, Brodha, and space V. I think so. Yeah, space V. Brodavi.
okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna check him out because yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting
Yeah,
because a lot of people.
yeah. Yeah. He raps in English and he raps very good. He raps excellent. He tells
Okay.
about stories. He's kind of a, like he tells you a lot of things in his tracks.
Hmm. Okay.
Brodavi, I really can't. I'm hearing Brodavi since I was a kid.
Okay.
He's
Wow.
kind of a, yeah, he's kind of an inspiration. Yeah, most of our hip hop community, he's a kind of an inspiration to all of us, the underground hip hop artists. He's kind
Hmm.
of an inspiration to us. Like, and here his rap techniques and his production skills are like excellent. They are on another level. He
Oh, really?
produces too good. He raps too good. He produces by himself and writes too by himself, and he does everything by himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really
yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah, I gotta
yeah,
check.
so it's kind of, yeah. Check bro, Davi, bro. Check him. He's a killer. He's a beat killer. He kills the beat when he comes to beat, bro. I like
Man.
I like this. I like bro, Davi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So ask your friends or like hip hop listeners to, like, you got any Indian rappers to hear, like you in, like you hear, like you said, like you don't know about most of the Indian hip hop scene or like the mainstream hip hop artists. So it's a very kind of sad thing for us
Yeah.
because we are not doing in on a globally level. Like
Yeah.
you heard Dex tracks. You heard Dex. You heard Dex.
What I'm not I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh-uh.
Dex.
And it's sad and
Uh,
it's sad because And a lot of listeners here in the United States, they for the majority, they really just listen to American hip hop, but they don't want to branch out and to do other things. But I think, and that's why I think the internet is very important, because making connections like this from India, United States, is making the connections easier. So when someone wants to do a collaboration, that's how you come together. You know. But like for places like the UK has their own scene, but the UK, they're doing connections. I mean, it's an easier connection to do the United States and the UK. But when it comes to like India, that's where record labels, they're not the record labels, there's a certain agenda that's going on with it. But the internet, I think, is the best way to go, and I think it's gonna be good. I think it's good. The internet, you don't have to go through the
Yeah.
middleman. You can just put it up there and there we go. But I think it's just a hard time, maybe just trying to find artists. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
gotta expand my horizon as well. So that's my
Yeah.
homework.
So it's kind of very, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay, Ocho. Okay, okay. Oh.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of very sad for me to hearing this kind of things from you because in India the hip hop scene is at peak and it is growing a lot. It is growing up more faster than in like 5 years back.
Hmm. Wow.
So it's kind of very sad because I'm not so sad, but
Yeah.
yeah, like in here we believe in numbers.
Hmm.
People believe in numbers, not we. People believe in numbers. If you got a lot of views, then you be like you are good at this thing. You are good at hip hop. But if you got less views, people be like you are not doing so well and this kind of things. So like
Yeah.
it's okay, okay. If you got views, if you got fame, if you got attention to,
Yeah.
and your art or your raps or your tracks, they were not so good. You are a star in every person's eye. Like a star wants to collaborate with you that time.
Yeah.
And here this kind of things works.
Yeah.
Your art, it matters, but not in the most parts. It's what matters in here is like the numbers. If you
Mm.
got numbers, you are you are already succeed.
Yeah.
The major artist wants to collaborate with you and they wants to work with you.
Hmm. Yeah.
And here this works. And in here this thing works, bro. In there in US this thing works. This kind of things works.
Yeah. And now, like now over here, everybody's trying to become a viral sensation. So now it's
In
like,
here, Sam. In here, same.
yeah.
Yeah, in here, same goes in here.
Hmm.
Everybody wants to be viral on internet.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird. Like it's really weird. And I
It's
think
weird, yeah.
the record labels are gravitating to that as well. So now everybody's like, oh, I'm trying to be, viral now. So, it's very different. But yeah, yep, the same same over here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and in here it is also the same. Everybody wants to be viral, and in here in rap scene, the most growing artist from this when two artists like a big artist and a small artist, if they got beef with someone or like and like they both get beef and they both are going to gain a lot of listeners or viewers from that beef if they are
hmm
going to put it on YouTube or in any social platforms.
hmm
People really like to watch fights in here.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man,
we did not support this, but we liked that thing a lot.
yeah, yeah. Shoot, wow, yeah, that's
So
man, dang, like, wow,
nobody wants peace, bro. In here, nobody wants peace in hip hop or in anything. We want to fight in anything, in everything.
shoot. I mean, and it's in the sense that it's the same way over here as well. It depends. I think hip hop is very competitive. For someone like me, I'm not trying to be beefing with everybody and stuff like that. But in the mainstream, a lot of people do beef because they want that attention and the spotlight on them. They'll They'll do like they'll try to pit people between each other, like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, but just to get that spotlight, they want all the attention now. But yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people, I think they still want beefs over here as well. If they see someone beefing, like they're typing on Twitter, like they want to do their Twitter beefs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's still the same. So some, even over here, some people like to see them like go at it. But I'm like, for me, I'm not gonna go at it with anybody like that. Um, and I say that now, until somebody wants to, I'll be like, you know what, let me have some fun. But at the same time, yeah, I think a lot of people like to see beefs. Like one guy that I like to see, like when he goes, like he's on the internet having a good time, but when someone tries to disrespect him, oh, he goes off. 50 Cent, 50 Cent is the one that I'm like, every time I see him online and someone try to beef with him, I would not want to mess with 50 Cent because he does a lot of personal attacks and he does a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, that's not someone, you might want to go after 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent's he's a highly respected,
Yeah.
highly respected. So yeah, he's another.
So yeah, recently, yeah, we are talking about this and that stuff. So recently, Eminem like said something to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, yeah.
So people will like he dissed him. And so what's your opinion in this? What's your point of view? Like he dissed Snoop or what?
Like my thing is because I saw the interview where Snoop said, what he said about Eminem. And then I saw what Eminem replied to, and I saw the interview after when Eminem was talking about it. I don't like to see legends like that go at it because it's not good and it's not beneficial. If they really have something really going on, they should be able to talk behind the scenes and really hash it out. I think for Snoop Dogg to say that on the Breakfast Club where he was talking at, he has the right to say that. He has his opinion to say what he says, but I think it's gonna come back to bite him in a sense. And again, these are both well respected, both legends. And again, of course, Eminem's gonna feel a certain way about it because they're both with Dr. Dre. So it's just like, really, man, like I thought you were my best friend. Like what's going on? But Snoop Dogg, he's entitled to his opinion. But I think in a sense like that, it could have been said in a different way, in a simpler way. But I think for now, I don't want to see them beef with each other because that's not going to be good. That's going to be terrible for me personally. Even though, because people are going to take sides and it's not going to be good. I think what should happen is both of them, talk about it, and then come talk, and then bring it out to the public and say, okay, we're cool with each other. I'm sorry for what I said or what he said. But yeah, I thought it was very strange too because Eminem really doesn't really, unless it's like, MGK or somebody like that, But it was just like a little light jab, I think. But yeah, like Snoop Dogg's legend, Eminem legend. I don't like to see legends like that really go at it with each other. So I think they can handle it in an easier way. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I got your point of view. So yeah, I also don't want to see them fight or like have a beef with the thing. Like
Yeah.
so, like, I think Eminem offended. I think Eminem offended with all of these artists like Billie Eilish, Snoop Dogg, and
Yeah.
all that artists that said that all the legends that said that Eminem is not in their top five list. I think so.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg also. I think Eminem is also sad because Snoop doesn't involve Eminem in his top five list. I think so, and Billie Eilish too. Like, I saw an interview of Billie Eilish. The interviewer asked her like, Childish Gambino or Eminem. So she be like, I am afraid of Eminem, but
Yeah.
I like Childish Gambino.
Oh yeah.
So he then Eminem like his part B, I think part B.
Yeah.
Then the tracks came out and the Snoop Dogg were one verse and in Eminem just and Eminem said something about Snoop Dogg and the another track it is about Eminem says something about Billie Eilish. Billie
Mm.
Eilish, I'm giving nightmares to Billie Eilish something I just remembered the small
Yeah.
sentence.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
I think Eminem. I think Eminem friends
yeah, yeah.
or their words offended Eminem. What's your point of view? Or I'm just playing with his like skills and rhyme and all that knowledge with he got. So he's playing the things, or like it is a matter for him.
Yeah,
It is a
yeah.
problem for him. Or,
I think not and the thing about Eminem as well, like he's a top tier lyricist and a top tier MC. So when people don't put him on like the top five like MC list, um, I think he kind of takes offense to it in a sense. But the legends that Snoop Dogg was talking about, there were some real respected legends that Snoop Dogg was talking about, and even Eminem said like he's like, yeah, that's his point of view, and that's his respect. But I don't think when Snoop Dogg said what he said after that, I don't think that I don't think that was probably the nicest way to say what he said. But like even for me, like my top five list, and again, I love Eminem. Like Eminem is in my top 10, but my top five is, I don't really include Eminem in my top five. Even though Eminem is a top tier lyricist, like I'll put in someone like for a number one will probably be either KRS One, the next will probably be Method Man, my third will probably be MF Doom, fourth will be Rakim, five will uh, probably be dang, it'll probably be that's a really good one because it'll be Nas, yeah, it's just yeah, like my top five list is very different. But Eminem is in my top 10 of just raw like skills and abilities. But for my top five, yeah, I put in because I listen to a lot of KRS One, Method Man, like really any member of Wu Tang could really be up there, like for real. Because I just like Wu Tang, but obviously I can't put that's my pretty much that's my whole top 10. Like but out of Wu,
yeah,
need to be Method Man or the RZA or the Jizza. Like those can be interchangeable. But yeah, and I like of course MF Doom. Um, I like Nas. I like I can put Immortal Technique in there. Eminem is definitely in my top 10 because he's done some amazing things in his rhyme ability. Like his rhyming wise is crazy. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but man,
so yeah, and rap, I experimented in rap. I did this thing. I wanted to tell you. Let me know your opinions regarding this.
mm-hmm.
So what I did was mm, my sister is studying in like ninth standard. So she one day she came to me and she be like, "Big bro, can you explain me about function of art?"
Yeah.
So what I did was I took the theory of functioning of art or mechanism of art,
Mm-hmm.
and what I did it was like I converted into rap, and I recorded a full track of the theory of art on a beat, and I sent it to my sister, and she be like, "It is very damn cool. It
Mm.
sounded very cool."
Oh yeah.
So I experimented this stuff, and then I just googled this thing like top 10 poems of all time,
Mm.
and that I took and I just converted into them. Converted, not converted. I just practiced a lot into rap
Yeah.
with the poems, and I
Oh. Uh-oh. My connection just bad. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we are good.
Okay.
We are
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Weird. I don't know why. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're good. We're good now.
So I will, yeah, I will send you a track. I will send you the Hurt track. Actually, I planned a EP for that thing. Like I recorded Hurt, I recorded Brain, and I'm going to record DNA.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
what I'm going to, yeah, what I'm going to DNA with, like I'm going to put it on DNA's instrumental with Kendrick Lamar's DNA's instrumental. I'm going to put the theory in that. So it's kind of a logical thing, and it's kind of very amazing, a unique thing for me. I will send you a track. I will send you the hard track. Let me know your opinions regarding that track.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. That. That sounds really cool. That's really cool. Like even for me, like what I'll do is I'll write my verse here, and then I'll just like record it on my phone or something like that, and try to get it memorized as much as I can. And then what I'll go do is I'll just go to the studio and then get it mixed and mastered done. You know. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's really awesome.
I wanted to, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, bro. I wanted to ask you a thing like uh, in your country or in your area, the studio is a normal artist can afford a studio, or like they prefer like independent artists, they prefer a home studio. Like
Yeah.
they can afford studios like artists, or like it's very costly, or like it's not so like cheap. Like we most of our artist community, we prefer cheap things. We can
Mm-hmm.
get and low cost. It is okay for us. It is very good if we get anything in a lower cost. So how's the rate of the studios? You afford studios and this kind of stuff on a regular basis?
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, over here, it depends on where you're gonna go. Um, depending on where you want to go. If there's a lot of there's a lot of studios that I'm close to that are for the artists. The where I go, my guy Trey, who's at Result Recordings, he does a lot of good mixing and mastering for a pretty good price. It's not something that's gonna break the bank. You're not gonna you're not gonna feel drained. Other studios are gonna cost more more money depending on where you go. Um, but yeah, most of the studios here, you can get a pretty good mix and master done. The more of the high end studios, that's gonna be more professional, more time. But the more, and even as an artist,
Yeah, yeah.
the independent grind is a little bit different because you have to invest more money into yourself to do it. If you're on a record label, that's all the business. So they'll put you in a studio, a really good studio. Um, oh, hold on.
Are you up for podcast? Like we can do live YouTube podcast. Are you
Yeah,
up for that thing?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah. We can try that. Yeah, we can definitely try.
Because in like in here, or like the podcast is very real thing. We can talk a reality in podcast. Like if I put this on YouTube, then people will say, but that's the thing. Like they can think like they can be think like it is made up thing. It is made up videos. Not it's not my personal opinion, but it's kind of people's opinion. People will like it's kind of make it's an interview, not a podcast. Podcast is a different thing.
Yeah, 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 we can definitely do that as well.
Yeah, yeah, so you saw any podcast in there? Like you are kind of fan of podcasts, or you don't watch any podcasts in there?
Oh yeah, yeah. I watch podcasts and I listen to a lot of podcasts. One of the major podcasts that I do watch from time to time, I watch the Joe Budden podcast from time to time because he talks about a lot of things when it comes to artists and their contracts and stuff like that. He has a lot of good information. Everybody talks about the Joe Rogan podcast, but certain yeah, I watch for certain things for Joe Rogan because they talk about things that I'm like, the media is not going to talk about. Um, but it's just certain things that I
Yeah,
watch Joe Rogan for. But for the listening podcast, I watch the Philip Scott audio experience. I listen to that a lot because he talks about a lot of political and just a lot of stuff that's going on here, for black. and from the mind state of Black Americans. So that's one of the podcasts that I listen to on a regular. But yeah, everybody's moving into the podcast thing now because of COVID. So
in here in India, podcasts are not so famous. Like Indian people or Indian YouTubers, they don't do much podcasts. In the end of the 2020, some YouTubers started doing podcasts, and I like that podcast a lot because they are talking reality. They are talking reality, and you can't make up a story like in live. You can't make up a story, or if you it is the thing, like podcast is very good thing. Like I also started to think about podcast. Like I got a lot of things in my mind, but sometimes my mind is got diverted with a lot of things and going in my career or in my life. So I got a lot of things. Like I wanted to be a hip hop. I wanted to do a hip hop podcast with each one, with each artist from different countries. Like you, like we are doing interview thing with you. I'm doing interview thing with you. So I wanted to do this thing with all other artists too, and with you too.
Yeah. It's if you go on Anchor FM, you can actually set up a podcast for free. Yep. And
okay. I will try. Yeah, bro. I will try that.
Oh yeah. We can definitely do that. Because, that's definitely something new.
I will someday. Yeah, I will someday message you on Instagram and we can discuss that thing.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of we are making a plan. So I will let you know about the plan on Instagram whenever we both are free. Then we are going to do this thing.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yeah. We can definitely do that. That'd be definitely cool. Because if you Anchor FM, I think would be cool because you can. Like just like for music, it distributes it out to Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts and everywhere else. So that's definitely one of the ways that I've seen a lot of people online do it. So, but yeah, most definitely. But yeah,
Anchor FM, I will remember the name.
Yeah, and I'll send you a link on Instagram to your DM, and let you know. If you wanted to do, because that's what a lot of people.
Send me. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, I wanted to do definitely with you. Yeah, we are going to do this. Send me the link. We can do this thing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So okay, bro. We can end our conversation. It's kind of a whole like 2 hours. I think one. So we are good for today and.
It's my moment to shine. That's my opening line. Yep. Do why you other rappers not the dopest to rhyme. I get it. Yeah, I do. Hard working skills got me here. So for you rappers, I'm not fair. When I'm rhyming, I switch the timing to find my position in this era. I'm only getting better with every verse. I'll change the game like David Blaine and do some magic that has never ever been seen before. Rappers now have even lost their passion.